Welcome to the Dishonorable adventures of Arthur Morgan, my walkthrough of Red Dead Redemption 2. I've already played on the channel 4 to 5 hours of the opening sections of the game, just to get my initial thoughts as I played through it. But then I needed to get on and play the game very quickly to get to understand the story so I could plan the films I want to make. But doing that, I missed out on lots of things in the game, lots of some of the best things in the game. I did a bit of exploration in my personal playthrough, but it was more just to rattle through the main story so I understand it. And I missed lots of exploration, I missed lots of moments that you come across in the game. I did hardly any stranger missions. So for all intents and purposes, this is a blind playthrough. Just the story is known to me. So as I go through, I won't be revealing any spoilers whatsoever about the story, only what's currently happening. But I'll be adding my sort of my commentary over that, my thoughts as it happens, to try and give it some context in what I'm thinking and what the character Arthur's thinking. And this is kind of a bit of role play as well in terms of Arthur as a character. So my personal playthrough was fairly honourable. And I want to try something a bit different here and make some of the decisions that I wouldn't have made. I'm not going for the perks that you get with it, because I think what the type of role that I want Arthur to play will be fairly complex. It won't be sort of binary. It won't be black and white. I think he's going to be... he's very money orientated, because this Arthur, he's going to want to get those weapons, want to get those clothes, want to get the money he needs to do the things he wants to do in the game. And he's not going to go out of his way to kill innocent people, but if they stand in his way, he's going to take them down. So there is that. So yeah, he'll be a greedy Arthur. So I don't think it will be sort of dishonourable all the way along in the honour meter, but he's certainly not going to take any prisoners, that's for sure. I'll also be attempting... I'll also be completing all sorts of tasks like hunting and the challenges, and so sometimes episodes won't be story main mission focused. Sometimes whole episodes I'll go off hunting or try and do some challenges or exploring, trying to find some of these secrets and treasures and special moments that you see in the game. So it's going to be a fairly sort of slow and deliberate playthrough. I'm going to play the game this time with the HUD off, and so completely clear and a sort of cinematic view. So it'll be completely relying on my poor sense of direction to get to places, and audio prompts and things. And of course, we can flick down on the D-pad to see where we're going if we need to. I'm also going to try and use combat without auto-aim on. Sort of defaults auto-aim is applied, which I didn't mess with. But I know in Red Dead 1 I was really sort of keen on getting rid of that free aim. So that's what I've done. And I found some really good advice on that from Boomstick Gaming on his approach to those control settings, and I've put that in the description below. I'll also be starting from the beginning again. I know I did the first 4 to 5 hours, but I'm gonna with what I know and things I want to try. I want to start from the beginning. So if you've watched my opening hours gameplay and you don't want to sit through that again, maybe miss the first 1 or 2 episodes and dive in a bit later in the series. I'd also love and encourage your input on Arthur's adventures as we go through. Ideas on what to do, where to go, what Arthur's missed, what I've missed, what we've missed as we go through the game. And off the bat, I'd love some name ideas for horses. Put those in the comments below on this first episode, and I'll pick my favourite when the time comes to name a horse. That'll be it. And that person will also, maybe, I don't know how the online thing's going to work, but I'm going to do a few sort of opportunities for people to put their hand up to join any gangs or posses that I might have in the online sphere, and come and ride with me and discover some adventures as we go. The winner of my favourite horse name will get the if they want to, get the chance to ride along with me. That'd be awesome. And also any other input that you've got as we go through the playthrough, tips, ideas, suggestions for what to do next. Feel free to also air your frustrations on how I play the game. I don't mind that at all. I don't mind even if you're rude or curt in the way you do that. But please don't reveal any spoilers onwardly as it goes into this game. Feel free to say things that we've missed, that I've missed on the way through, but don't spoil it for anyone who's treating this as a fresh experience, because that would blow. I'll be leaving the playthrough unedited on the most part, but I will chop out sort of any uneventful journeys or perhaps some unfruitful exploration that goes on. But this is very much a detailed, thorough, deliberate, considered, in-depth playthrough. So it might not be for you if you don't like that kind of thing. So yeah, we're kind of ready to go. I think everyone knows what's going on. This is the Dishonorable Adventures of Arthur Morgan. So buckle in, maybe dim the lights if you can, plug in the headphones, and join me to discover or rediscover the world of Red Dead Redemption 2. By 1899, the age of outlaws and gunslingers was at an end. America was becoming a land of laws. Even the West had mostly been tamed. A few gangs still roamed, but they were being hunted down and destroyed.
Abigail says he's dying, Dutch. We'll have to stop someplace.
Okay. Arthur's out looking. I sent him up ahead.
If we don't stop soon, we'll all be dying. This weather, it's May. I'm just hoping the law got as lost as we did.
There. Arthur! Any luck?
I found a place where we can get some shelter. Let Davy rest while he... You know. An old mining town. Abandoned. It ain't far. Come on. Come on! Yeah!
Chapter 1, Coulter. So this is the area in which they first arrive.
Bring him in here!
Miss Gaskell, get that fire lit, quick. Miss Jones, bring in whatever blankets we have. Mr. Pearson, see what we've got in terms of food.
Davy's dead.
There was nothing more you could have done.
What are we gonna do? We need supplies.
Well, first of all, you're gonna stay here, and you are gonna get yourself warm. Now, I sent John and Micah scouting out ahead. Arthur and I, we're gonna ride out, see if we can find one of them. And this, just for a short bit. And I don't see what other choice we have. Listen. Listen to me, all of you, for a moment. Now, we've had, well, a bad couple of days. I loved Davy, Jenny, Sean, Mac. They may be okay. We don't know. But we lost some folks. Now, if I could throw myself in the ground in their stead, I'd do it. Gladly. But we're gonna ride out, and we're gonna find some food. Everybody, we're safe now. There ain't nobody following us through a storm like this one. And by the time they get here, well, we're gonna be long gone. We've been through worse than this before. Mr. Pearson, Miss Grimshaw, I need you to turn this place into a camp. We may be here for a few days. Now, all of you, get yourselves warm. Stay strong. Stay with me. We ain't done yet. Come on, Arthur.
All right. We've got some work to do.
We ain't run into them yet, so they both must have headed down the hill. Sure. Hey, I ain't had time to ask. What really went down back there on that boat? We missed you. That's what happened. Come on. Oh. Hey, you need horses? Oh, yeah. Hey, Mr. Smith, get yourself indoors. You need to rest that hand. I'll live. Get indoors, son. We need you strong.
Okay, off we go. So obviously these opening bits are going to be just telling us
Come on,
the basic controls.
Ain't sure what we're gonna find out here, Dutch. We have to try. Stay close. We'll do our best to stick to the trail. This goddamn weather. Been 2 days or more like this now. Oh, it has to blow over soon.
So obviously there's some plot revelations going on through these very journeys, so I'll be staying pretty quiet where I can to let those filter through, and any moments of pause where we get to discuss them, we damn well will.
Over this bridge here.
But we're a gang fractured and dispersed at the moment. Some of us are dead from this failed boat heist. Some of us are missing. And we've embraced this storm because we're on the run from Blackwater. The Pinkertons are after us.
I don't want to lose you. Can't believe we lost Davy too. He's the last one, Arthur. No more. We need to get those people warm and fed. At least we don't need to worry about Pinkertons tailing us in this. A couple more days, we'll be on the other side. You
I also said I'd turn the HUD off,
need to help me pick the others back up.
which I'm going to.
You're the only one I can rely on to stay strong right now. We got fire and shelter. That's a start.
Man, the magnetic gravitas of Dutch when he talks and galvanizes the gang is immense. So what about the money, or was it a trap?
And what about the money? Please tell me you at least got the money before it all went to hell on that boat. We did. It's stashed with the rest of the money in town. Hey, I think I see something up the path.
It's all about the money for our Arthur.
You up ahead. Who's there?
Micah.
Gentlemen,
Found anything?
I think so. Found a little homestead down that way.
Okay. Anyone home?
Sure. Place is blazing with light and noise. Sounded like a party.
Let's go see.
Follow me. How's Davy doing?
He didn't make it. Nor did little Jenny.
That's too bad. Davy was a real fighter. Both of them calendar boys is, or was.
Yeah,
And Mac, Sean,
we don't know.
quite a business.
Let's see if we
I'm
can
glad you're all right, Micah.
Always.
see if we can talk to
Ask him
Micah.
if he's seen John.
Hey, have you seen John, Micah?
Didn't see much of anything once this storm came in.
He hasn't seen him.
He'll be fine. Things always turn out right for that boy.
I hope Mac and Sean are still out there somewhere, too. Hey, Arthur, let me take the rear. You move up.
So double tap and hold while pushing.
Go on.
Moving on up. So let's see what Micah's got to say for himself. What should we ask about? Are you sure about this? Or did you run into anyone else? Let's ask him if his plan is solid.
You sure about this, Micah? Mr. Morgan, I never thought I would be so pleased to see your face. Been kind of lonely out here. Where's everyone else? Old mining camp, back up the hill. Huddled around a fire, waiting for Daddy to put food on the table. I've said it before, we got too many mouths to feed. Well, we got a few less now, so you should be happy. That ain't fair, Arthur. I earn my share. You think it's unreasonable to expect others to do the same? So, this house, you speak to the people there already? No. Like Dutch told us, look, but don't talk to no one. Just following orders. You know me. I'm a good boy. Right.
Yeah, Micah's all business, man. He's all business.
How much further? Not far. What does that mean? Not far. Thanks.
So we're out searching for
Oh,
food at the
goddamn,
moment.
this snow gets right to the bone.
We've got plenty of mouths to feed back there. We're on the run. We didn't.
Okay, let's keep it down now, gentlemen. It's just up ahead.
Snuff and stash those lanterns, boys. Best you two lie low on this.
So we didn't even have time to grab our stash of money,
Okay,
let alone food.
let's head down there.
But Mike has recce'd this place out, so be a good place to start our hunt for food. So we're pretty low on health right now. Our core, our tank of
Let's hitch up
energy
here.
is low. Okay, hold to hitch the horse. So this is kind of any old
Let
horse
me
at the
do
moment.
talking. We don't want to scare these folks.
It's not a horse we've earned, so I'm not sure how good it is. What we can do...
Sounds like quite the party.
No, we can't. I was going to sort of investigate
You two, get yourself
its
out of
stats,
sight.
but
One lonely man is a lot less intimidating than three nasty-looking degenerates.
it won't let us do that on the fly
in
right
that
now.
cattle shed on the left. Micah, get down behind that wagon in front.
Ooh, we're hiding and Dutch is doing the talking, using his skills to his advantage. Right. I haven't got an equipable weapon at the moment.
Hello?
Shut up, Billy.
Excuse me? Hello? Oh, well, hello, friend.
What you want?
I am very sorry to disturb you. My friends and I, well, we got into Some trouble up the way. Lost in the storm. Ah, gentlemen.
We can't help you, mister.
I got folks
Arthur.
dying on the trail.
Arthur, we got a problem. Folks, there's a corpse right here.
Man.
Now, I just
Arthur,
need some
there's a
cans
body
of food
in the
or
wagon.
something.
I hear you. Just
Gentlemen,
keep your eyes on Dutch.
please.
Okay, hold R1 to show the wheel. Then we can choose our Sideman's Cattleman revolver. So sidearms, our Cattleman revolver, which damage is pretty low. The range is poor, but the fire rate is very good. Right, remember, I'm auto aim at the
Now,
moment.
friend,
Off of auto aim.
I ain't asking.
Oh, got two of those guys in one. It's going to take me a little while to get used to
There's another one shooting from the window.
things not snapping as I'd like them to.
Bastards, you're dead now!
Any more? Oh,
Give all calm, you're very bad.
Oh, I'm gonna get to you next!
one more guy. There we go.
Arthur!
One of us making a run for it. Where? I think over here. There we go. Okay. Let's see about this aim.
Handle this.
Didn't seem to be going too well.
Goddamn O'Driscoll boys here. Why?
I don't know. Maybe same reason as us.
Micah, go bring the horses closer to the house. Arthur, let's go search the cabin.
We will do that. I just want to see if we can do some looting. Do you think we can do some looting? Not yet. It's not allowing us to.
Smells like a party in here.
Turn the place upside down. Grab as many supplies as you can. We need the essentials. Food, medicine, whiskey.
Okay. So down here, we've got our heart core, our health core. And that is pretty low at the moment, so we kind of need to eat.
I don't believe it.
It's a strange one, all right. Maybe they're hiding up here, too. There's a big price on Colm O'Driscoll's head. Nearly as big as the one on yours.
Wanting Colm dead is about the only thing me and Uncle Sam agree on.
Oh, I'm starving.
Well, you should eat something now. Get your strength up for the ride back.
So this is a photo
Like
of...
the poor bastard was married, too. At some point.
If we can't eat it or drink it, put it down.
So this is the poor folk that were here. So Jake and Sadie, wedding, September 1896.
Place is dry and warm. We could maybe move the women and Jack down.
Okay, so we've got some oatcakes to eat, which will slightly restore health core and stamina, or greatly restores all horse cores, so we can feed them to our horse. But right now,
Maybe
we need to
see
go.
how they are when we get back. I don't really want us to split up.
I'm going to eat them all because you also equip them from... Oh, you can do normally, but maybe it's just
I'm going to start packing
treating it slow at the moment.
horses. You keep looking.
Thanks, Dutch. Okay, so Dutch is
Grab
taking
anything you think
the
we can
reins.
use, then meet me out here.
Right, we will do. We're going to search thoroughly, though, Dutch. It may take some time. So, yeah, Dutch is firmly on the reins of this operation. He's making sure that his gang, his troop, the people under his charge are all okay. When he opens his mouth, people tend to listen. We've got a bit of money there. Jewellery. Oh, sorry, Sadie. We're taking all of your jewellery. So, take the cigarettes. So all these fauna... Oh, let's inspect that card. So this is a collectible. Fauna of America card 2. Fauna of North America, an illustration of a bloodhound. Very cool. So that's number 2. We've got all these different ones to get. So these are collectible items we'll find throughout the world as we go. think you've got to really search for them. Because I did a fair amount, a little bit of exploration, and I didn't come across too many. So I think they're well earned when you find them. That's for sure. So some tonics, all important. We can find them, we can buy them. And at some point, we'll be able to craft them. What's in here?
What are you doing in there, Arthur?
Be patient, Herr Dutch. Be
Let
patient.
me finish searching the place.
Blood. So they didn't do too well. So that's obviously the evidence of what's been left in that trailer outside. Bickies. We've got canned vegetables. And all these different things, they produce different levels of... Let's have a look in the satchel and we'll just see. So, in the food here, we've got peaches, we've got beans, we've got biscuits, and we've got ciggies. So that slightly restores health and stamina. And this moderately, which is a bit more substance to baked beans, so it moderately restores the health core and stamina core. And the biscuits just is sort of a little shitty snack, so it's just a slight increase in the health level. And this is interesting. You damage your stamina core, but you raise your Deadeye core. So if you're low in that and you're expecting to go into a situation where you want to have the best of your weaponry abilities, then a few tokes on a cigarette will raise that. Take some more vegetables. So they're usually baked beans. Oh, sweet corn in this case. And I think if we look at that in comparison to beans, so that moderately restores health and stamina. Restores health core and slightly restores stamina. So this both moderately does it for health and stamina, and this only moderately does it for health. So yeah, pays to kind of remember which does which. Let's have a look on this table. I think that's a bit of meat here, a bit of a cured sausage. So if we look at that one, that'd be interesting to see what that does. So that does quite a bit of Deadeye core. So that's even better than some ciggies for restoring the Deadeye. Okay, any more over here? Right, let's have a look upstairs.
What's taking so long in there?
Be patient, mate.
Just give me a minute.
Okay, some more oatcakes and some ammunition. So if you look at our ammunition on here, we've got regular at the moment. But there are, if you look at down the bottom there, it's highlighting a circle, but there's 4 other different types of ammunition that will be introduced to later. Most of you will have probably played through this that are watching this now and just want another take on the game. So apologies. I will keep the basic controls and mechanics of the game explanations down to a minimum. Let's have a look, just flitting into first person mode, just have a little look at this. It's a Central Union Railroads calendar, where the last it was updated was June. It's interesting because Hosea in the opening scene there said it was May. So I don't know if we've a couple of days on since that or what. But it's interesting that that's changed. Maybe it's last year's. Who knows? Okay, I think I've got everything in here. So that is tickety-boo. Right, let's go out and see Dutch and Micah.
Come on, Arthur!
Getting pretty impatient now.
Micah, Arthur, keep looking for stuff.
Oh.
Arthur, go see if there's anything in that barn. Micah, you search the cabin, see what we missed.
Don't think I missed anything, Micah, but you do have a look, mate. Okay. To view a current objective again, and press down. So anytime we want to highlight the map, we've got rid of the HUD here, but we can just press down and investigate that. Oh, look at that horse go. So that must be one of the O'Driscolls. So the O'Driscolls were hiding in here. So that maybe their horses have fled. A little investigate into here.
The bastard shot my cousin. Well, he started it. I'm gonna break your neck.
Right. Let's try and
What's going on?
fight this guy.
This guy just jumped me.
Oh, did he now?
Sneaky little bastard. Should I kill him?
No. Not yet.
Need some information out of this guy.
Find out what they're doing here, and where Colm is.
Oh, this son of a bitch will talk. Where's Colm O'Driscoll?
With the others. At an old mining camp southwest of here. Near the lake.
Right, should we question or beat him? Let's give him...
What are you bastards doing?
Let's open him up a bit.
Why are you up here?
We're fixing to rob some train. Gonna blow the tracks. I don't know more than that, I swear.
Come on, boy.
Well, I would say it looks like you have this, Arthur. Do what you want with him. I don't care. But bring that horse when you're done. Oh.
Right.
No, anything else.
The O'Driscolls are a rival gang
Please, spare me.
that are
I promise.
headed
You
up by
won't see
Colm
me
O'Driscoll,
again, partner.
which you could say, with
You'll never
confidence,
see me again.
is the arch nemesis of Dutch van der Linde. So I'm not sure keeping this guy alive would help our cause. So we're going to take him down. So we're completely committed to this cause of Dutch's. We need to do what we need to do. So can we loot him? We've got to pick up our gun for a start. I can pick up the hat. Okay, so in that we dropped our gun. But we've just picked it up. Right, hold L2 to focus on the horse.
Easy there. It's okay.
Calm it down. Right, it's
You're okay.
relatively calm. We can give it a pat.
You're all right, boy.
Okay. So continue to bond with your horse increases its trust and improves its attributes. So I don't know at this stage if we can go over here and look at our horse, because I think this is still on our other horse. But if you look down to the bottom left here, by bonding with it, there's greyed out stat improvements that can be earned by having being more bonded with the horse, which is great. But it does have a ceiling, and this is a standard handling horse, so it's going to be pretty sort of mediocre in the end. That's the one we currently got, but this one might be a touch better. We will see. In order to make him ours,
That
we
bastard still in there?
can put our saddle on him.
Good. That looks like a decent horse. You should keep him. Tie him up over there, Arthur.
So I don't know who the horse we had before. I think it might have just been a borrowed horse, but this and its saddle in its entirety is going to be ours now to have for a little while before we... Who's this?
Micah, what the hell do you think you're doing?
Right, let's get in here.
Oh, look what I found in the cellar. Wild thing, ain't ya?
Leave her alone.
I wasn't doing nothing. She's one of them O'Driscolls.
No, she ain't, Michael. Look at her. Miss, are you...
Oh, you fool! Michael!
Miss, now, it is gonna be okay. We mean you no harm. Miss, come on. It'll be okay. We need to get out of here, and quick. Come on now. Oh. You okay, miss?
They came 3 days ago. And my husband, they...
Okay. Miss, you are safe now. And you can't stay here. You come with us. Arthur.
Yes, it's okay. We're bad men. We ain't them. It's okay. Get on. We'll keep you safe until you figure out what you want to do.
What's your name, miss? Miss.
Adler.
Adler.
Sadie Adler. Mrs. He was my husband.
Okay, man. They killed the husband and kept Sadie prisoner, the O'Driscolls. So they are a gang without scruples. Dutch seems to have a better level of moral code
Somebody's coming!
when it comes to people in need.
Looks like it's Dutch. Hey, everybody, Dutch is back!
How'd you get on?
Micah found a homestead, but he weren't the first. Colm O'Driscoll and his scum, they beat us to it. We found some of them there, but there is more about, apparently. Scouting the train. Thank you.
That's the last thing we need right now, Dutch.
Well, it is what it is. But we found some supplies, some blankets, a little bit of food, and this poor soul, Mrs. Adler, Miss Tilly, Miss Karen, would you warm her up? Give her a drink or something? And Mrs. Adler, it's gonna be okay. You're safe now. They turned her into a widow. Animals. I need some rest. I haven't slept in 3 days.
You're over here. Miss O'Shea will show you the way. Mr. Morgan, we put you in a room over here.
Thank you, Miss Grimshaw.
Mr. Bell, you're with the fellas over there.
What? How come Arthur gets a room and I get a bunk bed next to Bill Williamson and a bunch of darkies?
Get yourself to bed.
He ain't been seen in days. Weather ain't let up.
He's strong. And he's smart.
Strong, at least. Hello, Arthur.
Abigail?
Arthur, how you doing?
Just fine, Abigail. And you?
I need you to... I'm sorry to ask, but...
It's little John. He's got himself caught into a scrape again.
He ain't been seen in 2 days.
Your John will be fine. I mean, he may be as dumb as rocks and as dull as rusted iron, but that ain't changing because he got caught in some snowstorm.
Please go take a look. Javier?
Yes.
Javier, will you ride out with Arthur to take a look for John? You're the 2 best fit men we've got.
Now?
We're pretty worried about him.
I know. The situation were reversed, and he'd look for me.
Thank you.
This way. Last I know, John was headed up the river.
For all we know, he kept riding north and never looked back.
He wouldn't leave. Not like that.
Wouldn't be the first time.
Gonna go and get our boy. Our boy John Marston, so Abigail, his wife, or his girlfriend right now. They've got a son, Jack, of course. But she's pretty worried because John's been away a while. He tends to disappear, though, John. He tends to go. He's a bit sort of wayward with his presence.
Hey,
Which
I
if
see
you
some smoke.
if you remember who this gang
Come
is.
on, let's take a look. Let's hope it ain't more of O'Driscoll's boys.
Well, seems somebody left. Recently. And that way.
Sure, well, come on then.
So Javier knows his onions where tracking
There's
is
some
concerned.
tracks leading to the river.
Javier. Let's inspect this camp.
2 hours ago, most.
Let's cross.
We've been given
Let's
access
continue up that way.
to
Not that
some
way.
binoculars, which is cool. So let's have a little look around.
The tracks lead this way, Arthur.
Okay, mate. Coming now. Javier.
Let's go. It's too cold to stop.
You're right, it's too cold to stop.
Where you going?
Coming with you.
Yeah.
Okay, so
You
obviously
think it's John?
You tell me. These are horse tracks for sure, but could be anyone. Let's just see where they lead.
the temperature is at its coldest at the moment.
You were there, Javier. What really happened on that boat?
We had the money, it seemed fine. And suddenly they were everywhere.
Bounty hunters?
No, Pinkertons. It was crazy. Raining bullets. Watch out for this crevice.
It's kind of a shame we didn't get to see that
Killed a
heist.
girl in a bad way. But it was a bad situation.
That ain't like him, though.
So this is this situation has been explained
We
before.
continue along the cliff wall here.
This is an event that was explained in Red Dead
Davey got
Redemption
shot.
1.
Mac and John, both shot too. Sean, we don't even know. I'm surprised we escaped at all. By the time you boys showed up from the other side of town, we were only just holding on.
But it was a pretty vague
Bad
explanation.
business, all right.
All we know is that
Damn snow's coming in hard again.
We'll lose these tracks if we don't move fast.
Dutch shot a girl on this failed heist, and things went wrong. But the Pinkertons, which is a detective agency for hire, but also muscle security, and basically just armed thugs with some detective skills, have been hired by the government and by corporate bodies to protect their interests and also
Watch yourself, it's not very wide here.
hunt down those that have wronged them in any way. And that's kind of our
Come on, boy. Horses are struggling.
modus operandi.
A lot
It's
of
to
fresh snow here.
steal from the
I don't
rich.
know about this, Javier. I mean, we can't follow nothing.
Let's push on a little bit. Maybe
No.
we'll pick up the trail again.
And at one stage it was to give to the poor, which is kind of the ethos that Dutch has been extolling in his
Hey, look!
eloquent
Over there.
speeches
You see that?
before now. Part of the reason some of the gang are in there. Some
John
of
was
the,
riding that horse when we left Blackwater. Let's see if he can hear us.
that sounds like John.
Come on! Up there!
Right, it's very tough to get up here. Certainly can't sprint.
He's coming from up ahead somewhere. I don't think we can go much further on the horses. We'll have to walk from here. I'd grab that shotgun from your horse. Who knows what's up ahead?
Good idea, Javier. Okay, so we can keep a certain amount of weapons on us, but the majority of our... Grab our shotgun? Ah, here we go. Okay, so we can have the revolver or the shotgun, so it's encouraging us to try this out now.
Down this way.
We've just got one holster available, so we've got to choose. Yeah, we can buy many guns, we can enjoy the ownership of many guns, but we can only carry a few of them on ourselves. So whenever we go into a situation, we've got to try and think what would be the best weaponry to take into those situations.
You sure about this?
It's coming from this way.
Okay.
Careful here. Mierda, that we're high up here.
You're telling me.
Don't know how John got all the way up here and what he's doing here. Yeah, so we're low on stamina at the moment, so let's think about how we can increase that with what we have in our inventory. Tonic wise, we've got some health tonic, but that's not going to do us any good in that stamina bar. The core, which is the central icon, is depleted, and that dictates how quickly our stamina bar at the top refills after that. So Peaches moderately restores stamina, as does the baked beans. So let's go for either the kidney beans or the peaches. I fancy me some peaches.
Drops down here. Watch yourself. Come on, Arthur.
So I'm going to leave it there for the moment. I think that'll be okay for halfway. We're not doing anything too strenuous.
It's slippery. Be careful.
Because climbing a snow-capped mountain not very strenuous, is
Stay
it?
low under here.
Really? Do that for kicks, mate.
Okay, from here.
John has somehow
Watch your step.
got up
Real
here.
slippery.
Stay close to the wall.
Well, stamina core is empty. I think that is just telling us it's done that on purpose to make sure we
Up here.
learn the mechanic.
Come on.
So it kind of did that automatically. It shouldn't have done. It doesn't usually go down that quickly.
Gap here.
Just I jumped the gun a bit.
That sounds closer now. Come on. We're coming, John.
Really do enjoy the climbing aspects of in this updated game.
Damn, it's cold.
I think they've done really well with that. It's not quite Assassin's Creed level, of course, but certainly beats the
Let's keep
2010's
moving then.
version.
Come on. John, can you hear me?
John!
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 John, where are you? John! John!
Marston!
Come here! Down on the ledge!
That's John! We're coming!
Down here!
Let's rush and get him. So we've known John for
He's
years.
down here.
Hey!
All right! Hot down, Marston! That's quite a scratch you got there.
Never thought I'd say this, but it's good to see you, Arthur Morgan.
You don't look so good.
I don't feel too good, neither. I'm freezing.
Don't die just yet, cowboy.
Come on, compadre.
So that's the genesis
Well,
of
can't go back the way we came.
John Marston's scars.
Let's try this way.
Ain't you a sorry sight?
Wolves got him.
Can't argue with you there. See? I told Dutch you weren't the right man for this.
I'm sure you did.
You all right?
I think so.
Come on. Hopefully this will lead us out.
Okay, so we did a kind of ask about face route. Now I'm
Look up
nervous
there.
about this free aim mechanic I've got going on here because I'm not used to it. So these quick running
I'll distract him when he
wolves
gets to the horses.
are going to scare me.
Draw
But let's
them
give it a go. If we
Okay,
look...
here we go, John. We'll leave them to Arthur.
Oh, I don't want to open my diary at this time. So I was just going to look here at the challenges. So challenges empty, check back later. Okay, I thought it might have done it before to tell us at the rating of our...
We're getting you out of here.
So aim weapon.
Distract them, Arthur.
Okay.
Shout. Shoot. Do something.
Yes. Right. Don't... Yes, in the face.
Well done.
Wolf. There was another one, right?
Okay, let's get
I'm
going.
sure I saw it, but
Before
he's up...
these bastards show up.
Can't remember which colour my horse is. I think it's this one. Right, so I think Javier's going to carry the boy. But I'm on point for these any more wolves that might come along. Our stamina has gone down again.
Come on, then. Let's get back to the others.
Keep it going.
Ha!
I don't feel too good.
You'll be fine. It's just like a dog bite.
Knew a fella? Got bit by a dog. Died. An hour later.
You ain't
Dunno.
gonna die. Not yet.
Don't know who that's referring to. Whether that's a bit of lore of someone that died by dog bite, or it's just sort of a throwaway comment. I never got to the bottom of that. I know a
More
fellow
coming
that
down the
died
hill.
by a dog bite.
Go!
Ah, this free aim's doing my head in already.
More coming in on the left. Stay back.
Come on, come on, come on, come on.
Get the hell out of here! Get out!
Right, I killed one with my horse and one in the head.
See
It
any
is
more, Arthur?
tough to aim.
So, Jesus.
We
You
also
still with
aim.
us, Marston?
It locks.
Just about.
You're gonna be okay. We have some shelter now.
Thanks for coming for me.
Of course. That bullet in Blackwater, now this. You had a hell of a time.
And Arthur always says, I'm lucky.
None of us are lucky right now.
So in a previous time, John
Should ride in the water for a bit.
took
Try
one
to
for the
lose
team.
scent. Don't want to leave a trail right back to camp.
You know, we're gonna need to come up with a better story for that scar. So, freezing, bleeding, starving, damn near getting eaten to death ain't good enough for you?
Here, let's cross to the left.
Yeah, come on. Let's push hard and get back.
So
See
us,
those buildings up ahead,
as
John?
Arthur,
That's where we camped. Nearly
good
there.
friends with John. But it's a complicated relationship. We're kind of brothers. We've known each other for years. Dutch took us under his wing when we were just
Come on!
fairly
Someone
young
help John down off this horse.
and impressionable.
We get some help here.
But we've got a lot of history. But right now, we're not too impressed with John.
Can we get some help? We need some help here.
Come on, help him down.
You're alive! You're alive!
Here we go. There we go. Ay, careful, idiotas! It's his leg.
Oh, come on, let's get you warm. Thank you both. This is a new low, even by your standards.
Thank you, Arthur. Thank
You
you.
got any other lost maidens need saving?
Not today.
Have you and Dutch talked about how we're gonna get out of this?
I was just discussing with Herr Strauss when the weather breaks. Suppose we'll have to keep heading east.
East? Into all that civilization?
I know. The west is where our problems are worse. Come on, Herr Strauss, let's get warm.
Thank you, Mr. Morgan.
We have been running for weeks. We found shelter, and Been resting here in some old abandoned mining town while we wait the thaw. Hardly the spring I had been hoping for.
Okay, so that's pretty full on for the first hour of this game. We've kind of nothing. Now we're kind of able to go and free roam and have a little look around and speak to our camp and find out the mood of the place, which is I think one of the best things of this game is that camp environment. I'll be making a film on that very soon, but yeah, most of you already know this is a prequel to a story that played out in 2010 in Red Dead Redemption 1. In that we are as John Marston there, the guy we just rescued. So if you're not familiar with that, do check down below for a link to my explanation of that story and a recap of that story. And it's really good to know about that, and that'll add real sort of great context and rich value into your experience of the story of this game if you kind of know the characters involved, the events that went on in that what happened 12 years from this point. So do have a look at that. You've probably seen it already, to be honest, because most of the people, it's done nearly 750,000 clicks. So it's by far the most viewed film on my channel, and kind of the reason why most of you are watching this now. But hey, that's cool. But yeah, if you might have seen it, but watch it again to recap. But I think we'll just pause that there, and the next thing we'll do is check out our camp and meet some of the guys that are in Dutch's gang. So yes, the Dishonorable Arthur Morgan adventures have begun. We've learned a few mechanics. We found out that we're on the run in this desolate, impregnable snow that we've kind of embraced to get away from the Pinkertons, who are a tour de force of muscle that we need to escape from. They're after us, and we've done well to get through that. We've taken the risk of embracing the storm, but we've come out the other side pretty well. So I think we've got a bit of time to regroup now, which will be cool. But here's our boy. See you on the next one. Thanks for taking the time to watch the video. Make sure to subscribe to support the channel further, and take a look at these other videos that may interest you. See you on the next one.